G'day everyone, and in this game I'm playing again in the Panzer III-4, which is a Tier 5 level tank. Here I am checking out all the tanks on the green team. As you can see, that Sherman has all the mods on it that from the mod pack I've downloaded. It's showing it as a mini mule. Here I decided to stand still until everybody moved around me, because most times when you're like that, you start moving, everybody else moves, and everybody's running into everybody. So sometimes I find it easier if you just stand still and let everybody move past you first. There's only 11 tanks per side on this game. I'm heading up here on this particular map. When I start from this side, I like to head up here to this high point up here where I can do a bit of sniping and that. In this particular game I don't get a chance to actually really snipe at anyone. Nobody comes into full view. I come up here, I do get a chance to take a couple of shots. I don't really hit anything, not from distance, because everybody's moving so fast. Take a shot at him but miss him. Take another shot. Unfortunately he's already gone behind the wall, the rock I should say. Checking around up the top. I'm also checking the situation map in the right hand corner. Well, my other team players have spotted other tanks, red player tanks, and even though I can't see them where I am, I decided to stay here. I'm waiting for the red tank to actually back up the top there, so he comes into full view. I'm also checking over here because red players like to get over here and fire over at the green players. The red players have been taken out in that little section there. Checking around to see if there's any other red players showing up. Checking, and green player is moving up. Decided to stay here and cover him whilst he moves around. Watch him as he comes up onto the top here. Looking to see if there's any red players in front of him that I can take a shot at to give him cover. Now he's up on level ground, he's able to move a bit faster. Over there is the base that we have to, red player base that we have to capture. Looking around, checking the situation map as well. It looks like all the red players are over in the far top left hand corner. There is another one there, but he's behind the rocks, I can't see him. So my teammate is on his own at the moment. I can't really give him any backup. There's another team player heading up that way. At this point I decided to head down, so I'm not really doing any good up the top here. Usually from this point I'm able to snipe and take out at least one or two tanks from up there. Other times I'm spotted by the red players because they're in high positions as well. So it's that position is a bit of sort of a good and a bad place at the same time. Depends how the game is going. Usually, sometimes you can get good shots at the enemy players. Other times, like this time, you get nothing in the way of shots, being able to shoot at players. So at this point I've decided I'll come down, see if I can spot any of the other red players that are showing up on the situation map, but I've got no clear shot at anyone, so I decided to just take off and head down towards the enemy base to give my teammates some cover from fire, backup I should say. So I just race down here as fast as I can because it's open. If anybody red players are out in the open, they can actually spot me, and I'm basically a sitting target as I race around on the open field there. I head up this way, and this is where it slows down for all the tanks because you're going up such a steep climb. As you can see how slow the tank has come down to. I actually ended up playing quite a few games with the Panzer III-4 for a while, but what I actually find out later on is when you don't play with one of your tanks and that, all the bloody games that you've played with it, the amount of games you've played and everything with that particular tank, they just disappear and you've got to start from scratch again with them. So it's not accumulative and it doesn't stay there, which I find a bit disappointing because I've played quite a few games with this one and my Sherman and that, but when I get back into them again, it shows that I haven't played in any games, so I'm starting from scratch. So yeah, I go past my green teammate here. He's hightailing it back that way. I should have taken notice from him. Basically, I didn't, but I thought I'd just keep going, expecting to come across red players. I thought I might have had an area there where I could shoot at someone, but there was no cover there really, nothing open for me. I could see the red marker over there, but when I got to here and had a look, he's actually behind a wall. Couldn't see him that well, so I decided to keep going around this way, and I spot this Panzer, I should say. Take a shot, and I was able to knock him out. Luckily, he was down to his last bit of points, so I was able to take him out with one shot. Now I'm just racing around here looking for some more. I know, according to the situation map, that there is red players up this way, but I know there's also one over here, so I have to turn around and go back. Then after looking at the situation map, I know there's a red player down here, so I come down here over this way to have a go at him, but he's just gone behind those rocks there and I can't see him nor get a shot at him, so I back up. And I know that there's red players there somewhere according to the situation map, but then I decide to go around this way, back around this way to the other side of this rock, and I know off to my right there's more red player tanks which I did not see. Had I actually come down on the other side of this rock, I probably would have come across them there, because they're actually there to my right. Now I'm taking shots from my right. I'm backing up because if you look at the situation map, I've got two red players right off to my right. Luckily the game ended here in victory, otherwise I would have actually been taken out by those red players. It's debatable as to whether going forward and back and then round to the left of that rock would have got me out of line of fire from them, or whether backing up would have worked just as well. I probably would have been eliminated regardless of what I did. Here I'm looking at the stats for the game, and that it shows that I was able to take out one tank. I'm applying the bonuses that I won from the game, going through checking out all the different things that I've got to complete for the day on these missions. As you can see, there's quite a few there and that, so there's not just the three that are down in the left bottom left corner that show up before you get the bonus going, but these are all things that they want you to do. Here I'm looking at my personal stats and that, showing that I survived, and just having a look at that, going through it, going how many hits I took, what damage I took and everything like that. Then I eventually closed that off and that. Yeah, as I said, you play so many games in each tank. They give you you eliminate 50 tanks with that particular tank, you get to a certain level, you play so many games in one particular tank, you get to a certain level. These are the things that they're supposed to do. But as I said, when you change from one tank to another and you're playing one tank long enough, all your stats from the previous tank just disappear and you've got to start from scratch with it, which is rather annoying. And basically that's all there is.